Hello and welcome to the Vandy Christian Network. I am Pastor David Vandy, and today I welcome you to the conversation. And in the conversation today, I have members of the Sierra Leone as One Federation, SLAO. And they're here because they want to talk about mental health in our community. And first of all, SLAO is a federation wherein they bring in all Sierra Leonean organizations together under one umbrella. And we'll be telling you more about that later. But today, we're going to focus on mental health in our community. And so, to join me in the studio, I have the chairman and founder of Sierra Leone as One, Mr. Senior Dean. Welcome to VCN.
Thank you for having me, sir.
And we also have a senior medical professional, Dr. Mary Samba, who is also a member of Sierra Leone as One. Welcome to VCN.
Thank you so much, and I'm honored to be on this program.
Thank you. And our next guest is Mr. Andrew Yeboah. Mr. Yeboah, welcome to VCN.
Thank you very much for having us.
All right. You know, your name, Yeboah,
Yes,
very interesting. You're from Ghana?
I am. How'd you guess?
Yeah, because of your name. Yeboah is very popular.
Oh, yes.
And when we were growing up, we used to have one of the most popular Ghanaians who was a footballer, Anthony Yeboah.
Oh, I know him.
You know him?
Oh,
That's
yes.
great. Okay. Well, I just let the people understand that we are going to talk about mental health in our community. But before we go to that, Mr. Chairman and Founder, why did SLAO decide to go into mental health?
Well, it's all started about we have our sister by the name of Zara. She's a victim. She lost a son from a suicide. So she reached out to us. How can we help the community? And we find out that the rates of suicide in our community is getting higher. I think before it was like 7.3%, and now it's almost 22.3. So we decide to
In the Sierra Leone
in the
community?
Sierra Leone community.
Okay.
So we decide to come together as Sierra Leoneans, as Sierra Leone Swan, including not only Sierra Leoneans, African community in general. How can we prevent it and just try to minimize the suicide rate in our community,
In our community, of our young people.
of our young people?
Dr. Samba, I know you have been in this kind of business for a while. You've been working with young people, working with the community, working with the county of Fairfax,
Yes.
and what actually dragged you into this? Is it because you are from Sierra Leone or what?
No, just like you said, I do have a background in mental health and also working in the community. I found out that this is a prevalent problem. And so when I heard that Salon as One is doing this symposium and they reached out to me, I was like, thank God. It's about time that the community get involved. Because he's saying as 20%, when you look at the African community at large, we are up to 50%. Yes. We just did a program, suicide prevention in the summer, just the Ethiopian community alone. It is as high as 35%. So this is a rude awakening for the whole community of African descent that we take this matter very serious. And that's why I'm very delighted to be part of this campaign or the movement that we have embarked on.
Yeah, so Mr. Yeboah, Andrew Yeboah, right?
Yes, sir.
Good. How did you get involved into all of this?
So I got involved with Salonas One through Dr. Mari Samba. Being a member of the community, I find my purpose being out there and communicating with people and finding the services that they need and bringing it to them, whether it's home improvement or whether I'm gardening or whether I'm finding materials that someone may need. So at one point we had found quite a bit of food, and I was introduced to her as she has a ministry that actually gives food to the community. And from then we started communicating about, what we can do to help the community. And ever since then, it's just been
Been
all
writing.
go. Oh yeah.
And you have been you it means you have a connection with the community. You've been working with the community
Oh.
from in different aspects, and I'm pretty sure you're working with them, doing home development and other stuff. You've been seeing a lot of things going on. Have you been able to pinpoint on anything that concerns mental health when you were dealing with the community?
Oh. Oh yes. Oh yes. Being that I'm going in people's homes every single day, I probably meet 2 to 3 different families a day, and when I'm inside their home, we're communicating. I'm doing my work, but I'm getting to know them, and it doesn't matter whether they're from this socioeconomic group or this religious background or whatnot. What I've seen is that a lot of the young generation and even the older generation as well, they're going through a lot more stressors.
That's right.
The food quality has changed tremendously. The amount of technology has increased. So now you have so many people who are not as healthy, and they're distracted. They're not as focused. And with information, too much.
Too much information. You know what, Andrew? Let's hang it up there, because you've started going to some areas that I think we'll need a whole program for. That will come back to that. So
I'll
watch
focus and
me and
redirect.
watch this space. I'll have to invite you for that. So we'll have to come and talk about that.
Sounds
But
like
now
it.
let me come to the professional, Dr. Samba. The community, Sierra Leone one, did a seminar, the first seminar in Maryland, and was it from that in Maryland that we're now having this in Virginia? What was the response of people, and why did you bring it to Virginia this time?
Oh, wow. The response was fantastic, phenomenal. We've got so many referrals since we had that seminar. People just wanting to know more and referring us to others who are really having some impact on this mental health. And we found out that a lot of the referrals we're getting is from young ones, young, especially female adults. I can tell you from the time we finished that event, I'm getting like 5, 6 referrals a day. I spend so much time on the phone with them. Sometimes I actually meet them physically, and some of them are homeless. Some of them have children, and the unfortunate thing with all of these mental health issues that the Africans, they really don't take it serious. They always think it's you go to church and pray and that's it. And so they don't want to go for services that are free in Fairfax County. We have a lot of services here. So, but I'm very grateful to Salonas One, because what they did really opened many doors, and many people now are coming for help, especially the young adults.
Young adults.
And I think we're overwhelmed right now. We need more hands on deck.
And we're going to need more helping hands. All right. Now, Mr. Chairman, we know that the next program is on Saturday,
Yes.
the 18th of February,
Yes.
coming up. So what should people be expecting? What are we looking forward to? Who are some of the speakers that we're going to have?
We're going to have a good panelist, which Dr. Sam and I with the team have a meeting yesterday. If I can ask Dr. Samba to help me with the panelists, because most of them are from Virginia.
From Virginia here,
So
and
she
Dr.
knows-
Samba is based in Virginia.
based in
That is the
Virginia,
problem
so-
with you Maryland people.
Yeah.
You don't know people on the outside.
Yeah. I can
You
tell
see-
you the one we get from Maryland. We're going to get Alaji Taslim, who is a religious leader
A religious
from
leader.
Maryland, and Dr. Abdul Sise, who is another
Also from Maryland.
Maryland, and he is a part of the mental health too. And then
Doc, before we even go to the panelists that we'll be expecting, we already know that religious leaders are involved in
Yes.
this.
yes,
We already know. And the religious leaders are very important in the community
Yes.
because they deal with these people all the time.
Yes.
We're having from the Muslim community where we have Alhaji Taslim that will be coming. We have Dr. Abu Sise who will also be here. But first of all, I want to ask you from your experience and from the medical point of view, for our audience that will be watching us, what are some of the signs that we have to be looking out for when we talk about mental health? Because you made a statement just now. You said the African communities are not taking this thing seriously. Maybe they don't even understand. Maybe it's out of ignorance. Maybe the things are happening, but they just take it as just one of those things.
Yes.
So what are some of the signs that they are supposed to be looking out for? I know we are calling into the seminar, but I want us to actually throw some light on that.
Well, thank you for asking that. There are very, many signs. Some of them are very subtle. Your child may come and say, I don't feel like doing anything today. I just don't want to be bothered. Or they can just withdraw to themselves. They stay in their bedroom. They don't want to engage in any activities. And then it could be also they will say Andrew talked about food. One of the things that we've observed is that they will stop eating. They think about their image, how they look. Maybe somebody's picking on them, so they will stop eating certain food, or they will stop, maybe even eating at home. They'll start eating junk food. And then the other thing that we found out is that they don't feel good about themselves. They think anything they do doesn't amount to anything. And when I say some of the African parents don't understand, one of the main signs that we see in the African community is the expectations that they expect from their children. I'm a doctor, so I want you to be a doctor. I'm a lawyer, so I want you to. So it's like this demand. There's so much expectation on their children, which probably they don't want to do. They don't want to be like their mom. They want to be themselves.
They want to be themselves.
Yeah. And so because they're pleasing their parents, they could become very depressed. Depression is one of the signs. Sometimes your child says, oh, you don't understand me. That's one of the main triggers. They will say, oh, my parents don't understand me. These African parents, I'm born here. They have two cultures, African culture and then the American culture. So parents normally don't pay attention to the American culture. So now they're like crossbreeds. And so, they're talking one language and the kids are talking one language. And even the parents sometimes, they are not on the same page.
Because, talking about the kids, I was going to come to that. And Andrew actually touched on something like that, talked about that even the parents go through stress. So, Andrew, what has been your observation when you go out there? What do you see, especially with the adults?
When it comes to the adults, what I've noticed is that when there's stress going on and there's turmoil in the family, you're going to notice between the partners, husband and wife, or whatever family dynamic system they have. You're going to notice either they are not as communicative or there's a little bit more tension. In addition to that, you're also going to see that the parents, you can tell when someone's stressed. You can see the worry on their face. And when you start to have some of these conversations about, let's say you're going out, let's say I have a conversation saying, yes, I go out, I speak about mental health, I speak about trauma and how to heal. You can see their eyes glisten. You can see it get wet. And at that point, you know that there is
something is going on.
Exactly.
But so what can we do?
And
yes, go ahead.
if I want to add back, one of the things I see in our Sierra Leone community, it's we don't believe in counseling, and most of the problem started from breaking home, breaking family. I can see breaking home. Our community just take it lightly, but it's not easy for these kids. I just believe that anytime it's a breaking home, trying to get a counseling with the kids, but we don't believe on counseling. And it's too many breaking home, and that affects majority of the kids.
So if I can come to you, Dr. Samba. So what can we do as a community? Is it what we're doing now? Are we too late?
There's nothing too late. In fact, one of my areas is the support system. Because when I go in the community, you find out that these kids are left alone because mom and papa are doing 2, 3 jobs. And they kind of raise themselves. It's not just the African community. This is it's
across the board.
across the board. So it's like they're raising themselves, or somebody in the community who's have that negative vibes is the one who's teaching them how to do the wrong things. So my always advice to the parents is that there's a saying that you cut your coat according to your size. The children are primary. They were not asked to be born. So once you have these kids, it's your responsibility to ensure that they are safe, that they are well taken care of, because the mental um, uh, um, development, it starts from the time that child is born. By the time they get to age 5, if you have not laid a proper foundation for that mental development to happen, then by the time they get to 6 and 7, they are already making their own decisions. And then, like you said, is it too late? No, it's not late, but it can be very hard, because now you're talking about they're going to put them on medication. They're talking about, they are not functioning well in school or in society. And then before you know it, the justice system, So we really don't want them to get there. So we need to start taking care of these kids from the time they are born. Like my brother was saying here, our chairman was saying that most of our people in our community don't believe in counseling. And I'm so happy that pastors are getting involved, spiritual leaders, because now I can tell you that even the government is reaching to spiritual leaders. In Fairfax County, I am partnering with pastors because Department of Health is saying, please, we need the spiritual leaders to help us, because they can't do it. We have to really reach out, get spiritual leaders to get involved, because if the pastor say, look, you need a counseling, I can pray for you, but you need like Dr. Samba, you need a psychologist, they will listen to you more than they will listen to even the parents. So it's not too late. And what we're doing right now, it's the right thing to do.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I want to remind the people that we're having the mental health seminar on the 18th, all right?
Yes.
On the 18th of February. That is on Saturday.
Yes.
On Saturday. And I want you to talk about that a little bit. Let people understand, what this is all about.
Okay. Just want to say this. It's help out there. First of all, it's a lot of help out there. So we want to encourage everybody to come on Saturday. From the past seminar, we went through some issue with we have some Sierra Leone that was having some issue with housing, was homeless. And by the help of Dr. Samba, Salinas one, and another lady by the name of Anna, we are able to get them a place. First of all, we get them a hotel for like 2 weeks. We get them counseling with Dr. Samba, and finally, I think we got 3 of them now.
They're getting settled.
Settled. 3 of them now getting their own place to settle.
That's right.
And food. So Sierra Leoneans want to take care of a lot of that through financial from our own budget. And so it's a lot of help. I mean, just want to advise each and everyone to come on Saturday. I think we're going to have a mobile clinic there, right?
Yes.
That's right. Okay. We're going to come to that. Let me just give them this information.
Yes.
That you are watching us on the Vandy Christian Network, and this is The Conversation. I am Pastor David Vandy, and I have with me members of the Sierra Leone as One Federation. And they'll be having their second mental health seminar on Saturday, the 18th of February 2023, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Christ is Lord International Church, 7401 Fullerton Road, Springfield in Virginia. So please make this a must. Take time off. Come with your child. We are not just going to be focusing on the young people. But as even like my brother said, the adults are going through a lot of stuff. Marital homes are breaking up, and it is affecting the kids. So we need to come and let's talk about this. When you come, be a part of the conversation. Don't just come and be a spectator. If you have a question, write it down. If you cannot face the camera, give it up. Somebody will read it and they will respond. There's going to be a lot of professionals in this field that will be talking and make you understand. And they're going to be your own people. If you want it in a language that you can understand, there's going to be somebody there who can talk to you in a language that you can understand. All right. Don't forget again, the date again is Saturday, February 18th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Christ is Lord International Church, 7401 Fullerton Road, Springfield in Virginia. To make it simple, at Pastor Jibrila's church. Because I know that when they say Pastor Jibrila's church, everybody will know where to go. Okay?
And I want to add it to that back. The seminar is not only for Sierra Leonean, so it can be you, African, American, Asia. It's an open seminar for everyone.
It's open to everybody.
To everybody, yes.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. All right, we'll take a short break and we'll come back. When we come back, we'll come to the final part and we'll tell you more about what is happening and what Sierra Leone has got to offer towards the mid and end of the year. Stay tuned and don't go away. All right, welcome back to the Vandy Christian Network. This is The Conversation, and I am Pastor David Vandy, and I am here with members of the Sierra Leone as One Federation and also members from different communities, African communities. And we're talking about mental health, and we just told you that there will be a mental health seminar on Saturday, February 18th at the Christ is Lord International Church, 7401 Fullerton Road, Springfield in Virginia, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Mr. Chairman, let me ask you, I know Sierra Leone as One is a federation that has brought a lot of Sierra Leoneans together, and you are raising your own funds by yourself. But are we having any support from the outside? Do we have partners that are going to come on board to help us? Because I remember after the first seminar, which I was present, we were talking about having partners to support us. So
yes, we have a partners like right now, because Dr. Samba is one of our partners in Sierra Leone as well, because she has her own ministry, our own organization, which is non-profit. So she's one of our partners, and even the PG County community, like I spoke to her with the chair lady, which she's the chair lady for the All African Board PG County. She's gonna be here.
She's gonna be here also
on Saturday, and
okay.
Fortunately, I was part of the meeting a few days ago. They have the All African Leaders, which I'm already included in All African Leaders in the PG County.
Now you're growing.
We're expecting in May they're gonna have a big seminar for the whole PG County.
And Sierra Leone as One is going to be a part of that.
Is going to be part of that.
Well, that means that's good. So let me go over to Dr. Samba. Yeah, you're based in Virginia. You work with Fairfax County. How can we get support or partnership from Fairfax?
You just asked a fantastic question. So already we have Virginia Department of Health, as well as Virginia Behavior Health, who have partnered with us. In fact, they're giving us a lot of resources for this event. And then we also have the Muslim organization called ICNA Relief. They are a nationwide organization. In fact, they will be here on Saturday. They're going to support us, with resources. And then we also have Mr. Andrew Yeboah's organization, which he will talk about, that is also partnering with us. And we have Dr. Hope for the mentally ill, which is Dr. Lisa Kassa. She's from Ethiopia. And then also we have Apostle Achampong, who is from Gateway International. He's also part of. So what I've been doing actually is to work with community leaders to be part of this mental health awareness that we're putting out there in the community. So more of this partnership going to develop.
All right. You see, from what I have seen, Sierra Leone's one actually is the umbrella that put this together. You guys were thinking about the Sierra Leonean community, but now it is bigger than the Sierra Leonean community.
Yes.
And I see Mr. Yibwa is from Ghana, all right? And he's got his own organization. So let's talk about this. How are you, and how can you get other members of the other communities, like your community, to also come on board and get involved?
That's a great question. So one of the things I do in the community, I have an organization called Modern Village Project.
Modern Village Project.
Correct.
Good.
And being that, of course, my parents are from Ghana, West Africa, living here, I saw the different changes, of being out here and then traveling overseas. And I saw how community is strong in these other countries. Community is very strong. If someone is sick in the village, everyone comes together. And, in today's modern society, we're spread apart. We're further apart. We're working 60, 40, 50, 60 hours a week. So I have an organization called Modern Village Project, and we come together to grow, to build, and to heal together. So I do a lot of gardening in the community, and being that, I'm a son of a plumber, I do home improvement, I do plumbing, and I teach these skills to the young people. And then I teach about health. I was born with sickle cell disease. That's something I'll share. And thank God, I had a clinical trial bone marrow transplant.
We will have to come back. I told you, see, there's so much you are saying right now that you're triggering me up. And I have a daughter who has the disease too. Because she's back home in Africa. And so we're definitely going to find time to come back and talk about that.
Definitely.
But let's move on.
So, long story short, I found that working with my hands and eating very high nutrient dense foods, and at the same time being a part of a community with other people, we're all learning together, we're all growing together. When someone is down, you have a brother or a sister there. So for me, I have friends who are from Colombia, or mi familia de segundo para Colombia. So I have a community around me who are just different cultures, different backgrounds, different religions. So that being said, we are literally all one. At the end of the day, what color is your mind? What color is your blood?
That's right. This is getting more and more interesting. But let me just remind you that this mental health seminar organized by Sierra Leone's One and the community at large now, because this is the whole thing is now bigger than the Sierra Leonean community.
Yeah.
But I just want to bring it to your attention that it is by the Sierra Leone's One, is taking place on Saturday, the 18th of February, at the Christ is Lord International Church, 7401 Fullerton Road in Springfield, Virginia. And it's from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So please, come and be a part of this. Come with your questions. If there's anything you don't understand, and people are asking if there's going to be help, if there's somebody that they can talk to. Yes, there's going to be more. And let's talk about this, Dr. Samba. You said there's going to be a mobile clinic. And there's going to be specialists there that will be answering to questions. Let's talk about the mobile clinic. What will the mobile clinic be doing?
That's a wonderful question you just asked. Being in the community, we're very concerned about people's health. So this mobile clinic will be coming here. This month is the month of the heart. People need to take care of their heart. So when the mobile clinic is here, they'll be doing high blood pressure, taking people's blood pressure. They will also be asking people if they got their COVID tests and COVID vaccine. They will be asking for that. And if you haven't taken COVID, they will refer you to clinics which are close by that they can do it right there if you're willing to do it. And also they're going to be doing giving information about mammogram for women, because that's another big issue that we have in the community. and they will give you referrals so where you can go do your mammogram. And for the men, they will talk about prostate cancer. So there are many things they're going to be talking about. Now, when it comes to the mental health aspect of it, we have mental health specialists who will be here there to talk about drug addiction, different drugs that are, evading our communities, how they can help them. You can talk one on one because mental health is it's something that you don't openly discuss. It has to be. Fortunately for Pastor Bangures has made available some classrooms where you can be one on one with one of the mental health specialists. We're also going to have a psychologist that can talk about testing and mental health. How the brain function. Sometimes people think when people start talking to themselves, oh, she's crazy. And of course, we don't want to use those kind of, language when people are going through trauma or they're having a hard time. Some of us can handle stressors of life very well, but some of us don't because there could be a chemical imbalance. So the neuropsychologist will do testing to find out what's going on, and then it will be interpreted by an MD. And we're going to have an MD on grounds who will talk about medication. We're going to have a pharmacist who's going to be on ground. They will talk about side effects of medicine because I know that's one of the issues that people bring up. Oh, when I take medicine, I see a lot of side effects. And then, of course, we're going to have a nutritionist who's going to be talking about diet, like Mr. Yeboah was talking about. What are the how do we maintain our diet? What are the things that we can eat that can help us? Plant-based products. Mm-hmm. So those are the things that are going to be happening. Mm-hmm. And of course, for me, my main area is the support system, family support system.
That's right.
It's very important.
Well, you've had it all from the expert. All of these are going to be there. So you cannot miss this. This is for the good of the community. It is for the good of the children. It is for the good of that husband or that wife or that community leader that is going through things that they cannot talk about. This is for you. So be there. Be there. And before we bring this to a close, Mr. Chairman, let me get a final word from you.
Just want to encourage all Sierra Leoneans because mental health is real.
It is.
Really, really real. And it's so sad that I've been through it for over decades. So that's my perseverance about it because I know what it takes for you to have a mental disease. It's not an easy thing. So just want to encourage everybody, come and get your help. There's help out there. It's a lot of help. Thank God for Dr. Samba. Just somebody that can pick up a phone 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning to talk. So let's prioritize, the Sierra Leone community especially, let's prioritize things. I mean, it's so many party out there. We go through party all the time, party. And this is a free seminar. Make use of it. Come Saturday, come get help. Bring your kids, bring your family, bring anybody that you know that's going through something. Invite people to come and make use of this opportunity.
Thank you. And I like one thing that the chairman said. There is help out there. Mm-hmm. You may not know about it, but when you come to this seminar, you'll be able to get that answer. Maybe there are answers, there are questions that have been lingering in your mind, but you don't know who to ask. You don't know who to talk to. So this is the time to come, and there will be somebody that you can talk to, somebody that you can confide in. Dr. Samba, let me get a last word from you.
Thank you for asking that question again, or asking me to close on this is a passion for me because, I've been in the mental health field for over 30 years, working at Children's Hospital, seeing little children come in there and they are autistic, they have ADHD, they have really challenges of life. I really don't call it mental health. I just call it challenges of life. And then they've been ignored for so long, and obviously they grow up and then they become they don't become a productive member of society. So please, what my appeal is that don't be silent anymore. Be a part of the solution. If you hear somebody says, I am tired, I don't feel like doing this, don't ignore it. That's an alert for you. It's like a 911 call. Don't sit on it. If you see your child is withdrawal syndrome, we call it. They don't want to participate in anything. That's a sign. Do not overlook it. If you can't do anything about it, like our chairman said, we have lots of resources. I mean, like he said, people call me 5 a.m. in the morning. It's a passion for me. I've seen too many of our children dying, suicide, drug overdose. Every time I see a video, I start to cry. So please, let's join hands as a community. It takes a village to combat this monster that is, prevalent in our community. So let's come and deal with it. Both pastors, spiritual leaders, government officials. In fact, the government is telling us we need the community to help us. So let's come and do it together.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, if I can add to that, like I say, it's a lot of opportunity. Like people need to take advantage of that. Like I posted with the community, like I say right now, we have a community in PG with all African leader, which I'm fortunate to be on right now. We have a free CNA class coming, free. You don't have to pay. It's for 2 weeks. I'm gonna post that back in the Sierra Leone One forum and just post it back on Facebook, and after that they have another class which is a free CDL license. So those are the opportunities that come in that Sierra Leone One is getting right now. If you want to do your CDL, you don't have the money to pay for it. We have a program that coming for a free CDL license and a free CNA license.
That's right. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, for sharing that with us. And so, Mr. Andrew, the man of many parts. So let me hear what your final words are going to be.
So I think all of our guests today have said very, very well in terms of what we're going to be expecting and what we need to do in the community. The only thing I could say is that we share because we care. You don't go through things alone. We were not buried, we were planted. So where we are today is an important place to be, because if you were not here listening to this, then you don't have that opportunity to be able to come and visit. And because you're listening to this, because you hear this, this may be the opportunity for you to actually connect with someone who can actually listen to you and who can get you the help that you need. It's not easy. Mental health, physical health, emotional health, spiritual health. Ultimately, at the end of the day, you need to take care of yourself. And there are people who actually care, who've been through it, who've seen what the other side looks like, and who are on a side that they can actually relate with you and bring answers to the questions that you may have, or the questions you don't even know you have yet. But we care, we love you, and we hope to see you soon.
All right.
And I want to add it back to that because we're trying to expand with this mental health. There are so many people get this mental health through by immigration problem. So there is help out there. We have going to open a Sierra Leone One, the immigration side. So anybody is out there, they have any immigration problem, they know that you've been here for a while, it's really tormenting you, there is a help. Please contact me, or you contact any of Sierra Leone One executive, where Lawyer Barry is here. He's ready to help and open herself to help anybody that have immigration problem, which by the support of us and with the team, we can get it through.
Well, make sure you don't lock your phone, because it's gonna be ringing.
Oh yeah, no, for real though.
It's gonna be ringing. It's gonna be ringing.
We're gonna get you help.
So finally, Mr. Chairman, before we close this session, what is happening in Sierra Leone One towards the The year is going and we just started, but I know something is coming up.
Well, actually, we last year we started a project called Light Up Connaught. We're trying to get a solar system in the one of the government hospitals in Sierra Leone. We have a budget. We didn't reach the budget yet, so this year we have another fundraising, which is going to be on April 29th. That's Independent Weekend. So we encourage anyone to support us. Right now, we are looking for sponsor to reach the goal. We didn't reach the goal yet. It's money. We already have the company that's going to take care of the solar project. By God's grace, we want to start the project this year in August. Depend if we reach the goal with the money. So please, we encourage everybody get your tickets. We are looking for sponsor out there. Dr. Samba is going to help us look
And
for
you're
some
going to squeeze
sponsor.
the life after Dr. Samba.
Hey,
All right, so
but we
thank
are
you very
looking-
much.
Again, I just want to say thank you to the Sierra Leone's one executive that's working very, very hard to get this project done. So I want to say thank you all executive and thank you to our clubs, our community that's supporting Sierra Leone's one. Thank
All
you,
right.
guys.
Well, thank you all very much. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Senior Dean, Dr. Mary Samba, and Mr. Andrew Yeboah. Thank you all very much for being a part of the conversation today, right here at the Vandy Christian Network. And I'm looking forward to having you guys again here, especially Mr. Yeboah. Of course, I will not talk about Dr. Samba because this is her home now. She should be coming because we have a lot of stuff to talk about. But this is Vandy Christian Network, and you can subscribe to our channel on YouTube. You can just go and click on the subscribe button, Vandy Christian Network, Vandy. If you look at the bottom of the screen, you will see it there. So if you are watching us and you have not subscribed, please subscribe and share. Share the network, share the video so that this message will go far and wide. All right. And you can also like our Facebook page. Like us also on Facebook. That is the only thing we can ask of you. And if you can, please support us, support the ministry. It's a ministry. Support it. We're going to put the Cash App and Zelle numbers at the bottom. It will be right at the bottom of the screen. If you can see it, you can take it up. Anything God lays in your heart that you want to use to support the ministry, please do that, okay? And God bless you. And so on behalf of the network, thank you one more time. And till we meet again, I am Pastor David Vandy, and this is the Vandy Christian Network.